Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to the... Whoa, it's cool. It's cool. I'm not even gonna restart. Anyways, what's up everybody? Welcome to the third episode of the Weezytalksx podcast. Apologize for last week. We had some crazy technical difficulties with our audio. So that's why it was only part one. But honestly, we decided that there was no need for us to put that second part out because the content was going to be a week old and we're already planning on recording this episode. So why not? You feel me? New episode. What's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
Boy, my boy. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, man.
Let's talk about that Super Bowl.
That Super Bowl. How you feel about the Super Bowl?
I think it was what we said it was going to be last week.
Man,
hold on. Let's just say we was right. We was right. We said it was going to be the Rams, and it was by 3. I mean, I thought it was going to be a close game. It was pretty entertaining. I liked what I seen out of the Bengals, and I think this ain't going to be the last Super Bowl.
For sure. Honestly,
the next 10 years.
What I realized, I should have bet some bread on this damn game.
Definitely.
Like, this game.
This was the game to bet. Like, it would be exciting on both sides.
Because I was going for the Rams the whole time.
I was too, and I was scared at one point. Each team kept getting scared. The second half was definitely more interesting than the first half. Second half was great.
Honestly though, if Odell didn't get injured,
I feel like it wouldn't have been close.
They would have ran the Bengals off the field. I'm just keeping it a stack.
And that's not even because I honestly did not see why people gassed Odell so much until this year when he went to the Rams and he scored a touchdown every game, the first 3 games. Like he just kept it going. That just shows he wasn't the problem in Cleveland. And yeah, I'm really hurt that happened to Odell. Man, he had the comeback story and everything set up. And
it's like as soon as he takes some steps forward, something happens. The injury God said, nope.
And it's the same leg, same injury.
That he tore the ACL in previously.
ACL. And it was non-contact either. He just tweaked his leg. It's so sad.
I seen something where I think he had like 4 surgeries within the past 4 years, something like that.
And that's like one of the worst injuries in sports, they say, to come back from.
Yeah, because that's a lifestyle injury. Because even you tear your ACL, come back to football, that's cool. But like I was watching like a video with other athletes talking about that's like a life injury. Like that's something you gotta live with for the rest of your life. It's cool, you can get back out there and play, but you're still not gonna be mobile the same type of way.
That's a fact. Well, on the bright side, he has a kid on the way, and he has a ring.
Hey,
that's what the goal was.
Listen, he needed that ring, so I'm happy for him. And Aaron
Donald, oh my!
Bro, Aaron Donald went insane in that second half.
The clutch had to clutch the game. It was Aaron Donald. He clutched the game. But I do want to know, if I'm the Bengals coach, I would not have ran that ball. I would not have ran that ball with anybody other than Joe Mixon in the Super Bowl. Why? I don't recall the other running back's last name. Why he ran the ball in 3rd and 1 at the last drive, game-winning drive in the Super Bowl?
Nah.
That didn't make sense to me. I didn't get that one.
I ain't gonna lie, I was like occupied at the time, so I ain't watched like most of the fourth quarter. But
that was a good part.
I know, bro. I was trying to watch it on my phone when people was calling me.
Man, Super Bowl was so hard to watch.
Bro, fine.
To watch the highlights.
Was he injured or something? Is that why he went in the last play?
Not to my knowledge. I don't think so. No, Joe Mixon was fine. He was fine. He wasn't injured. I don't know why.
Hey, you see that Aaron Donald said he coming back now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they was talking all that mess talking about Aaron Donald.
Yeah, they had me scared. I was
in
like,
8
what?
seasons. Hold on. Listen. In 8 seasons, this man Aaron Donald, Super Bowl champs, 3 times Defensive Player of the Year, 2010s All-Decade, 7 first All-Pro teams. Then he had 8-time Pro Bowler and a 2014 Rookie of the Year. And in 8 years, he missed 2 games unrelated to injury.
2 games in 8 years? That's crazy. That's GOAT status, man. That is GOAT status.
That's what I'm saying.
He wears 99 for a reason.
Honestly, though, I feel like they could have gave him the Super Bowl MVP as well.
I definitely...
He could have got it also.
I could see the debate, but honestly, I thought the same thing. But watching that game and rewatching the highlights on YouTube, at one point, the thing is they played 2 different sides of the ball.
Yeah.
So, but when it came to offense, like defense as a unit did a great job against the Bengals. They did a great job. I think that Jamar Chase, I don't think either Jalen Ramsey or Jamar Chase got cooked the whole game. I think it was a good fight. Jamar Chase did excuse me. He did Jamar Chase did burn him 2 plays. He did he was faster on the
Hey, you see that play we got him with that face mask though?
That is what I was gonna talk about. Higgins is a dog. I do like Higgins, but that should have been come on.
Buddy flew.
Like you threw Jalen Ramsey. He's already huge, but you threw Jalen Ramsey like he all the way like did a tumble, and you could tell by how slow Jalen Ramsey got up and he was looking for a ref. He thought there was a flag already.
I thought so. Yeah,
I
because
thought
at first I thought bro flipped.
I didn't know what happened. I thought he burned him or something. He fell trying to tackle him, but
I just seen that highlight. I was like, oh, that's what's going on.
He got that off. Maybe the ref didn't see it in fast mode. You know, they moving fast. They didn't see it. I said fast motion. I meant regular speed.
But what you said earlier though, also, I agree. I don't think this is the Bengals' last time being in the Super Bowl. I feel that like
Jamar Chase is going to be different. He's going to be in one of those receivers that change the league.
Honestly, if they just invest in your offensive line, you invest in your offensive line. If you're Cincinnati, the sky's the limit.
That's really
like. Oh, speaking of that, you know what's crazy? This man, Joe Burrow, got sacked 55 times in the regular season. Did you know that?
7 in the Super Bowl. 7. One of the 7th sack. When he went down, he was slow to get up. He was like, I don't know how much more of this I can take. I know he was thinking about it. You got to protect your QB.
Yeah, I got the stats. He was sacked over 70 times this season. The whole season, including the playoffs.
You got to protect that man.
But here's the thing. The fact that you were sacked over 70 times in one season and you still made it to the Super Bowl?
To the Super Bowl.
So I'm like, okay. So it's like, damn. If it's like that, imagine what you can do with an actual, even a decent, a slightly better offensive line.
Dang, if they did. Yeah. Say the Bengals had a line. Super Bowl would have been different.
Way different.
But I did like the coaching of the Bengals, the move right to stop the pass rush. They were doing those quick passes out the gate to keep it like, cause they could not hang at all with Aaron Donald, or not even just Aaron Donald, the whole defense as a unit.
I don't know his name, but number 50 on the pass rush was all over the number. He was on the Rams. I can't remember his name, but wherever he was everywhere on the field, like constantly contesting passes, getting to the quarterback, making Joe Burrow hurry.
Was he the
quarterback
big white dude?
No, I think it was a big black guy.
Big black dude. I think one big white bald-headed dude at the end of the game, and I kept seeing him. I think he's on the line.
Aaron Wentworth or something like that.
Yeah, I think. Wait, is that who you're talking about, or?
That's the white guy.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. So you got to look up.
Why you stop talking?
Cause I see what you're about to look up.
You weren't supposed to stop talking.
But so Cooper Kupp. The reason why, back to what we were talking about, the reason why I think Cooper Kupp should have got MVP.
Samson.
I mean, he did get MVP.
Ibukam.
Yeah, he was active. He definitely was active.
Samson Ibukam was definitely active. Number 50 on Los Angeles Rams. Shout out to you, homie.
Shout out to you.
You feel me? You got a ring now. Live it up, brother.
The reason why Cooper Kupp did get MVP, I think, over Aaron Donald is because at one point in time, he had to put the entire offense on his back. Him and Matthew Stafford did. Like, Aaron Donald, I feel like, never had to do that.
Van Jefferson was not catching anything.
Yeah, he really wasn't. They had him on lock. Jesse Bates for Cincinnati, he's nice. I think Jesse Bates needs some more love. He's underrated.
Yeah.
He was making great plays.
Rams didn't have Tyler Higbee either, so it's kind of like, and they also don't have Robert Woods. So it's like, the fact that they still put together this run and won a Super Bowl is great alone already. And now it's just like, damn, imagine what's going to happen next season. Because OBJ, he was wide receiver 2 right now. But it's like, so when Robert Woods comes back, Robert Woods is tough. So imagine you got Kupp, Robert Woods, and OBJ.
Robert Woods number 2, right? Yeah, Robert Woods is.
So you got that, right? And then you might have Tyler Higbee back too. And Tyler Higbee is a solid tight end.
As a full unit.
You feel me? He not Mark Andrews, he not Kelsey, Gronk, or
George Kittle.
Yes, or George Kittle. But like, he's tough. Like, he's improving. Like, he can get the job done.
What happened to Mike Gesicki? He was a dog for a minute, but then he just. You don't hear his name too much for the tight ends no more. You don't know who that is? He played for the Dolphins. Mike Gesicki. Tight end.
I don't know who that is.
He having some crazy catches like for a tight end. That's crazy. He's like their starting. I think he might be the best player on their team.
When?
Besides Tua.
This year?
He's been on their team like the past couple of years. I don't know when he came in the league, but yeah.
What team you on?
The Dolphins.
That's why.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, you're no damn Dolphins.
Pay attention.
Look at all damn Dolphins.
I mean, I don't know. I like Tua in Alabama. I think he might. I think he just want to have some time. Like him and Jalen Hurts, I think are going to be two star quarterbacks at one point in time. I think they're just going to take longer to develop because they were elite at Alabama. I think Jalen Hurts was a little overrated, and he's dealing with that right now at the level of competition he's at. But Tua, I think Tua was just one of the most clutch players at Alabama. Like, he was just nice, all-around quarterback. So I think, I mean, didn't they like set a record or something? They lost like 7 straight and then won 8 straight or something like that.
Yeah,
something crazy like that.
I think for them, we'll definitely see what's going to happen with them with the new coach, and just kind of see what happens in the locker room, because the issue was that Brian Flores, he wasn't particularly fond of Tua, and he made that clear. You know, he tried to get, I believe, Jackson Lawrence in the draft, I'm sorry. They tried to draft him. But so basically, Brian Flores and the GM didn't see eye to eye about Tua, so, you know, that caused some friction. And then also the fact that you wanted to pay this man $100,000 to throw games. I ain't gonna, that's a bag.
That's crazy.
If I'm an NFL coach, I don't know, man.
$100,000 to throw $100,000 to throw a game. That's insane.
That's bread. I don't know, man. Honestly, but if I'm in his position, though, sure, I would say that now, because $100,000, that's some money I haven't touched before. But like with his position, you're a professional coach.
Alright. So, I mean, we put my shit on the
Damn.
It's always something, bro.
Alright, well, I got no more alarms.
Alright, so, I mean, we put my shit on the
Damn.
It's always. Alright, so, I mean, we put my shit on the
Damn.
It's always the Weezytalksx.
Yes, sir. Early morning.
Let's talk about Coop. I mean, hands down, offensive player of the year.
And
No
Triple
debate.
Crown winner. Over 2,000 plus yards, scrimmage yards.
No debate.
Easy choose.
Easy. We had, I think it was really nice that J.J. Watt got to present his brother T.J. Watt with the defensive player of the year. That was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure he whispered, "I got more than you," in his ear when he did that. But, yeah, I think that was a solid moment. I like that. I like what T.J. Watt brings to the Steelers. And I want to see the Cardinals go further than they did this year, next year, for JJ.
I think they need to build more of an offensive core.
They
Honestly,
definitely
to that
do.
point.
I don't know. What you think their run game? They need better run game.
Honestly, I didn't pay that much attention to their season, but at least I know Matt and that James Conner's solid. But it's like, you know, he's not elite yet. At least, you know, we don't know if he's ever going to be an elite running back yet.
Yeah.
And they just need to update the receiver core, I think, because the issue was they realized, well, all the other teams realized that their 1-2 punch was Kyler Murray and then DeAndre Hop. D-Hop. So it's like, you know, once D-Hop wasn't in that playoff game, so I was like,
injured.
and as you see, that man got torched.
They were on a roll too. They were the #1 team in the NFL, and I remember, I think it was like the midway point of the season, like week 9. James Conner was leading the league, not in yards, but in like touchdowns, in rushing touchdowns. So that's crazy. And I feel like them going out in the playoffs early, it was like kind of a waste of a season because they were a top tier team this season.
Yeah, they started off 6-0 or 7-0. Like everybody was talking about that team being one of the teams this year, and then, as you see, injuries happen.
Kyler Murray and D-Hop were out, and those are the 2 stars. And Watt was out. They got lucky to get him back during the playoffs.
True.
A lot of players was coming back from injury during the playoffs for those games. There was a lot of commitment I seen this year. A lot of people wanted it. It's a hungry season. It was a good NFL season though.
I agree, honestly. Like I was content. I think I got to see somebody new rise and become Super Bowl champion, so that was dope. And OBJ won a ring, Von Miller, AD, so that was just dope, honestly. Really dope. Also, we had a really dope halftime show. Everyone, they had 50 Cent in there.
You know, upside down the memes.
It's crazy. And I thought it was crazy how I went on Instagram and a lot of people were just wondering like why is 50 Cent hanging upside down. As soon as I seen that, I knew instantly that was a reference to the video.
Please tell me, just say you're not from that generation.
You feel me?
Or
that's not the type of your music. That's cool. But like, yeah, you shouldn't be sleeping on that because I knew instantly. Bro, that
was nostalgia for me. I like it.
Yeah, that was dope. Like
it's
man, Snoop Dogg repping the stat, throwing up Korea.
Oh my
man, he was crip walking up there. I was like, yeah,
the West Coast and LA. I mean, they should have expected that. It was amazing.
Yeah, did you know that? Apparently the commissioner was telling M not to Neil. He wanted to Neil like Kaepernick. That and like the some Dr. Dre line.
Yeah, I respect it for sure.
Yeah, but it's like
respect it. And Dr. Dre wasn't supposed to say anything about the police, but he did anyway.
Like I really fucked with it, honestly. I think it was dope. It was something different.
Different.
That was like the first. I think that was the first Super Bowl halftime show where hip hop was the main entertainment, the main source of entertainment, because there hasn't been a hip hop artist just by themselves, I believe.
It was very star-studded. I definitely thought I was going to hear some new music, especially from Dre and Kendrick, but I mean, I was still satisfied with the performance. It was a Dre Day takeover, and I'm always going to be down for that. So, it was beautiful to see it in LA. So, phenomenal NFL season.
Facts. Honestly, I think we would have seen new music if they didn't only give him 14 minutes.
Yeah, that was crazy to have that big, like, a star-studded, not even just the names, to have that many people and not give them more time than that. I feel like they could have, I get it's just the halftime show, you're not supposed to put on a whole concert, but like, if you gonna put Snoop, Dre, Kendrick, all of them, Mary J.
Yeah, but you also don't want to make it bigger than the game, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what's crazy? I seen the article, they were saying that they didn't get paid for that show. Dr. Dre put up a little bit over $7 million of his own money to produce and everything for the show.
Respect the freak out of that.
Yeah, I respect it.
I respect the freak out of that.
So what you been bumping recently, my brother?
Oh, snap, man. I still been bumping Babyface Rain Gunna. They kicked the year off right.
Bro, that Babyface is hitting, bro.
I ain't listened to Corday's album. I need to, though.
Bro, I personally like the Corday, bro.
I need to try, but his last album was so fire to me, and I don't know why I've been pushing it up, but I have not listened to that.
Bro, this Corday gas, I think so, bro.
I like Jada Youngin. Do you listen to him at all?
I don't know that much.
He dropped an EP.
Like, I've listened to his last shit. Last song I listened to, I remember the line, he said, I'm popping these perks like Tic Tac or some shit.
Popping these perks like Tic Tac. It sounds like Jada.
Yeah, because it was that album with 23 Allen on it.
That's old. Yeah, that's old. Jada. He definitely drops his thing. I'm like, I don't even remember that.
Hey, bro, I wouldn't even drive it in, so I think it was a minute ago.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Took it back. TikTok trends and whatnot.
Bro, back to talk about that song.
Hey, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to know. I got a quick question. How you feel about songs that personally like you like and then they hit TikTok and just get played out? Snippets too before they even get released, all that type of stuff.
Honestly, it's not bad. It can get frustrating at times because, like, for instance, this artist I listened to called D Savage. He had a song that he had a snippet that went viral on SoundCloud called Bet, and one of the big reasons why it went so crazy on TikTok because it samples a Zelda theme song, I believe, and so like the beat is just crazy. But like I had been listening to it for months prior. The next thing I know, it's on TikTok, and everybody, oh yeah, D Savage this, D Savage that, and like, there's a lot of people only waiting for his album only for that one song. I'm waiting on his album for all his other songs because he hasn't put music out for years. So honestly, like I used to like trip about it, but honestly now it's just like it's more exposure for the artists that I listen to, for more opportunity for them to grow. So like I'm not even mad because with you being able to grow, your art can grow with you, and you grow as a person. So honestly, it's like instead of like SZA, I've been listening to SZA for a while. So you know, I used to. That's one of them weird niggas who trying to gatekeep or something. But then it's just like
fire, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
I used to listen to her. I didn't know who she was, but I was like, she got a voice on her for sure.
And it's like now I just want to see the artist grow. So it's like, why not? Because with other support and with me like, hey, listen to this, you feel me? Or hey, here go this new SZA song. And it's like, hey, more revenue for them. Keep dropping bangers.
You know what I also think, real quick, I just thought about, since you mentioned SZA, I think that as dudes or as guys, we should normalize, like, you know, we talk about music all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
We should normalize being able to share other music other than just rap. It's stuff that makes us feel masculine and stuff with each other.
Hey, yo, facts, cause I ain't
like,
don't
you
care.
should be able to be like, this new SZA song is fire. Cause somebody hit me with that at work, that I Hate You song. Yeah. Oh my god. I was like,
hate you.
The dude who put me on that, I was like, this is fire. It's so fire. I was like, what? Yeah, so, I mean, I think we should normalize stuff like that. Like, it don't have to always be rap. Like,
hey, no cap, cause it's a song. A few songs I listen to, and one of them. It's called "You Right" by Doja Cat and Weeknd. Fire, bro. Like
I never listened to Doja Cat. Maybe I should give.
Cause like she's got some dope shit. Cause like I used to listen to her EP like in 2014 or whatever, like before the whole "Bitch I'm a Cow" shit. Yeah, cause like I knew who she was before that.
About that.
But that was smart though, cause she used that. Cause I was sometimes gonna get her viral. Then she went this way, and then now the music's coming, and her music's selling. Her music is.
Hey, she's starting to become a superstar.
Right, he's really starting to become like a pop star.
Her stuff is selling in different genres too.
Exactly.
So she could.
I'm gonna say that. FKA Twigs. Like, there's just a lot of artists. I feel like a lot of men that are just too afraid to be honest about what the hell they're listening to. Like missing out on, bro. Like there's so many like dope women artists in all the genres. Like Adele.
There's nothing wrong with listening to
Mary J. Blige.
Snow
Electra. Like it's too many options.
The reason why, I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but personally, I mean, I grew up in a household with all women, but my mom will always play like old Keisha, old Keisha.
Yeah.
What? Just hits. Yeah. Oh, Mary J. Like stuff like that. I grew up listening to that, so when I hear it, it's not only nostalgic, but it's like some of their best hits. You know, the early 2000s was like one of the greatest eras for music. Let me shut the fuck up.
But yeah, I just feel like a lot of men just need to break out of that stigma. Like it is okay, bro. Like these songs be fired, and it's like I literally be listening to a song about a girl somehow she want a fucking nigga. I ain't gotta sing word for word, but it could be a fire song.
It could be a fire song. Like sometimes I just like hearing their voice. I don't even know the words.
Right.
And the beat be fire.
Exactly, and it's like honestly, bro. Like I love rap, and like rap can motivate me. Like it be times I'm at work cleaning or whatever. And then like I'll throw some Babyface Ray on, but it's like sometimes I just want to hear some pop, some R&B. Like I want to hear something slower. Like I don't always have to be hype to move on. You feel me? Sometimes you just want some chill stuff.
Facts. Yeah. I gotta get back into creating a playlist for a certain mood.
Bro, oh God, me too. I've been thinking about that.
Playlist on Spotify, and I'm lazy and just put all my favorite songs on there.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on that shuffle.
Yeah, like on my Spotify, I got like over 5,000 songs. I'm like, they all fire. Well, like on Spotify, you can do like a whole album, so most of it is like that. Yeah, but it's still like individual songs that are like fire, like different genres. Yeah. But I still gotta like push them, like get them down a little bit and put them in a playlist. Yeah. But also, man, I feel like a lot of people also they gotta like. So I know how like, people gotta quit sleeping on, how can I say this? men, just because an artist is gay does not mean you cannot enjoy their music.
That's very
Like,
true.
when I'm saying that, like, Frank Ocean is one of the biggest artists in the world, and this man hasn't dropped since 2016. Frank Ocean is like a dope ass artist, because like a lot of people just sleep. Like a lot of people that say they won't listen to Frank Ocean won't listen to Tyler the Creator either, or they keep trying to say that he's joking about being bi or whatever, or painting his nails. Like, why does it matter? That's a real man. That's his life. At the end of the day, they are still great creatives, great artists. They come out with great music, and as you see, they keep getting better. Like, Tyler is getting better. He's been performing at Grammys, like his own carnival, like the Flognaw Carnival. I want to go there eventually, but it's like that's growing consistently every year. That man had Drake as a surprise guest.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In the song, he said, "Tell Drizzy I got a milli for him." Like, cause I've been listening to Tyler since the Wolf days, since like when niggas was eating roaches. So it's just like the evolution of an artist. So man, I just want to say, like, honestly, guys, it's okay. Like, it's not gonna make you any less of a man if you listen to someone just because they might not be straight and you are. Who cares? We're all people.
That man also DJ Khaled last year.
Exactly. And DJ Khaled literally will have all the hardest artists on every one of his albums.
Can we talk about Khaled? Was that the album that he dropped last year?
Is that the one with Every Chance That I Get?
Yeah. So,
I gotta be honest, I couldn't listen to
oh my goodness. Every Chance That I Get, if that was not on the album, Jesus Christ.
Would have flopped?
I mean, for me, for a DJ Khaled album, that was a flop.
Okay.
Compared to a Holy Key.
Yeah, you feel me? That one.
Is,
was that no, that wasn't a side. That was the one.
Wait, maybe that's what yeah. That's not the name of the album. That's the song.
Yes, one of them was, he had an album called Aside, but I know which one you're talking about. That one, he had Holy Key. He had J. Cole done. He had a song with Nas on there. He had a song with Pusha T and Jadakiss on there. See, that one was fire.
It was so many.
And also even his older stuff, like We Taking Over, like all that stuff.
And then that album, the last one, just seemed like he just got the biggest names and threw them together. And I think the reason why Baby and Dirk worked is because they dropped the collab.
They have chemistry in the hoop.
Like they probably already were planning to do that. And Khaled just wanted his name on something. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, I just did not personally. I like DJ Khaled and what he does. He's a top 5 producer all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I did not like that album at all. I feel like he should have. Actually, all time.
No, I don't know, bro.
Our generation.
Okay. I was about to say I gotta see him burn.
I gotta watch my words. That one could have got me in some hot water. Yeah, we gonna go with Our Generation.
I was about to say, bro. Should be at Metro, Southside, TM88, Weezy out of here. Like, it's just so many.
The game has changed so much.
Mm-hmm.
Metro. There's so many tags.
Bro. Man, also, you talking about Metro. I just want to say, Metro Boomin, that dude is he's got to be, like, honestly, one of my favorite producers right now in the game. Like, he's definitely in my top 3 personally, because I feel like every time I'm listening to something, Metro's on the beat. Like, that Gunna album, Metro had his hand in a little bit of everything, and, like, that's just fire.
It's crazy.
That album's fire, and his album a few years ago, 2018, Not All Heroes Wear Capes. The album is now 4 years old, still bumping that album consistently, so it's just fire. And then apparently he talking about he gonna drop some music this year. I hope, because honestly, now him, I feel like he already is giving DJ Khaled a run for his money. Because one, I feel like the area he's in, because he's from Atlanta, so he got all those artists, and he already cool with Gunna.
Everybody.
Like,
because everybody in Atlanta.
Exactly. Atlanta is just a hub for creativity, especially for music.
They all support each other too. That's why Atlanta is always going to forever be booming.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like his album was gas. He had Gucci on there, Travis Scott, 21 Savage.
Yeah.
And it's just like, just his album, Not All Heroes Wear Capes. Then the Savage Modes 1 and 2, right? Him and Future, and you know, Future's gonna drop an album at some point this year.
I cannot wait.
Hold on. this isn't about feature, but you know, I just thought about something. I seen this tweet, and it was talking about Kendrick saying that he was going to perform part of the album in June.
Part of the album
In June. I'm like, bro, I thought you was dropping before that. You feel me? We was talking off camera. I thought he was going to drop.
of the album.
You feel me? I thought he was going to drop a single at least one of the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. But he only, what he played? 2 songs? He played Alright and I'm glad he didn't play Humble. Thank God.
Yeah, I thought
we are free from the shackles of Humble. I love the song, but it got overplayed.
In Columbus, I don't know about everywhere else, but I know in Columbus, people do not bump Kendrick regularly.
Mm-hmm.
But when Humble came out, they definitely had, like, I know some people that have no Kendrick Lamar or a couple, they have Money Trees and, and Alright at most, or if they're a real fan, they might have. I mean, if they're a mid fan, they might have I in their playlist or something. But,
you're right.
Like,
they got Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. They got Poetic Justice.
Yeah, like, and then they just got
on the radio
on there. Like, that's the only thing off of them. And oh my God, that album. And me and you went to the concert live, so like we got the whole experience. It's just fire.
Yeah, and especially after going back now. Like, especially, like, toward the end of last year, I actually got to go back. I really went back and listened to it. It's, like, it's crazy how, like, the album aged so well. A lot of the stuff is still relevant to what's going on right now in the world. Yeah. And it's just, like, just listening to it, the transitions, the way he's talking. And it's just like, damn,
Beach.
Kendrick, I love you, bro, but I can't keep listening to 5-year-old albums. Like, I'm listening to all your shit. Like, bro, I'm listening to your mixtapes, dog.
Bro, I'm starting to
like, I'm dedicated. I just need some new music,
stuff,
bro.
Like, order of the song. Like, he got some 8-minute songs. I'm starting to know the parts and everything.
Yeah.
I can act this shit out if I wanted to, bro. It's crazy.
Facts, bro. Yeah, because it's like the most recent thing. Like, I listened to his features, though. Like, he's had some dope features sprinkled in and out. Like, between the Black Panther soundtrack and also on the Creed 2 soundtrack. And even on, Family Ties. Banger. Family Ties was a banger. Yeah, and honestly, like, I hope we get some new Kendrick music before summer. At least give me a single or two, dog.
That's what I know he's dropping this year, but it's still like, Kendrick, bro, why do you take forever?
Right, bro, because you know what's crazy? This is the final album on TDE. So then when it's time for him, with his own record label, I'm gonna have a kid by then, bro. That's gonna be some years. That's another 5 years, bro.
That's crazy.
2 albums in 10 years. That's not terrible. You know, this is hypothetical, of course. 2 albums in 10 years isn't bad, but honestly, I feel like it works for certain artists. Kendrick's one of the artists it works for, because you know Kendrick's not gonna BS. He's gonna come at you with some genuine and good product.
See, this is my thing. You can't be that good. Like, you can't be considered one of the greatest rappers, not just of our generation, but of all. Like, I know there's a lot of people that consider Kendrick like a top 10.
Yeah, and even said he was a top lyricist
like,
all time.
All time. So, I feel like if you're doing that in this day and age, like, I feel like Cole was like that for a while, but he's decently consistent, and he'll pop up with a feature out of nowhere pretty often. So
that's true.
I mean, Cole.
Yeah, because Cole's been coming.
Yeah, he comes around. Yeah, and then he dropped the off season last year, and I just want to say, I don't know what it was. I feel like it didn't get the love that it got. That was a contender for album of the year for me. I didn't really see. Probably, I know for a fact I didn't see 7 albums that was better than that album last year.
For sure.
Off top that I could think of.
I definitely had
top album last year.
I had that and Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler Creator.
Call Me If You Get Lost.
Because like Tyler, like it took me like I fuck with Tyler. I'm a Tyler fan. It was I think at that point in time when the album came out, I just wasn't in that type of mode to listen to that type of music at that point. So like I had to wait. I waited like a few months. Then a few months later, like 3 months later, I finally got the chance to listen to it. And I was like, damn, this shit is gas. Cause like I knew What's Your Name, and like I heard like the big songs, but I actually listened to the whole album. Like the song called Run It Up, that's real dope. Like it's just some dope songs.
Made me listen to the album. That song, I just heard like, I think TikTok. I hate to say it, On TikTok.
Hey, there's so many songs found on TikTok.
I swear, you'll find them like when it's something.
Like every year. That man had Drake as a surprise guest.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In the song, he said, "Tell Drizzy I got a milli for him." Like, cause I've been listening to Tyler since the Wolf days, since like when niggas was eating roaches. So it's just like the evolution of an artist. So man, I just want to say like honestly, guys, it's okay. Like it's not gonna make you any less of a man if you listen to someone just because they might not be straight and you are. Who cares? We're all people.
I mean, also DJ Khaled last year.
Exactly. And DJ Khaled literally will have all the hardest artists on every one of his albums.
Can we talk about Khaled? Was that the album that he dropped last year?
Is that the one with Every Chance That I Get?
Yeah. So.
I gotta be honest, I quit listening to them.
Oh my goodness. Every Chance That I Get, if that was not on the album, Jesus Christ.
It would have flopped?
I mean, for me, for a DJ Khaled album, that was a flop.
Okay.
Compared to a Holy Key.
Yeah, you feel me? That one.
Is,
was that no, that wasn't a side. That was the one.
Wait, maybe that's what the. Yeah. That's not the name of the album. That's the song.
Yes, one of them was. He had an album called Aside, but I know which one you're talking about. That one, he had Holy Key. He had J. Cole done. He had a song with Nas on there. He had a song with Pusha T and Jadakiss on there. See, that one was fire.
It was so many.
And also even his older stuff, like We Taking Over, like all that stuff.
And then that album, the last one, just seemed like he just got the biggest names and threw them together. And I think the reason why Baby and Dirk worked is because they dropped the collab.
They have chemistry in the hoop.
Like they probably already were planning to do that. And DJ Khaled just wanted his name on something. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, I just did not personally. I like DJ Khaled and what he does. He's a top 5 producer all time. Mm-hmm. Like, but I did not like that album at all. I feel like he should have. Actually, all time.
No, I don't know, bro.
Our generation.
Okay. I was about to say I gotta see him, bro.
I gotta watch my words. That one could have got me in some hot water. Yeah, we gonna go with Our Generation.
I was about to say, bro. Should be at Metro, Southside, TM88, Weezy out of here. Like it's just so many.
The game has changed so much.
Mm-hmm.
Metro. There's so many tags.
Bro. Man, also you talking about Metro? I just want to say. Metro Boomin, that dude is he's gotta be like honestly one of my favorite producers right now in the game. Like he's definitely in my top 3 personally because I feel like every time I'm listening to something, Metro's on the beat. Like that Gunna album, Metro had his hand in a little bit of everything and like that's just fire.
It's crazy.
And that album's fire and his album a few years ago, 2018, Not All Heroes Wear Capes. The album is now 4 years old, still bumping that album consistently, so it's just fire. And then apparently he talking about he gonna drop some music this year. I hope because honestly, now him, I feel like he already is giving DJ Khaled a run for his money. Because one, I feel like the area he's in, because he's from Atlanta, so he got all those artists, and he already cool with Gunna,
everybody.
Like.
Because everybody in Atlanta.
Exactly. Atlanta is just a hub for creativity, especially for music.
They all support each other too. That's why Atlanta is always going to forever be booming.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like his album was gas. He had Gucci on there, Travis Scott, 21 Savage.
Yeah.
And it's just like, just his album, Not All Heroes Capes. Then the Savage Modes 1 and 2, right? Him and Future, and you know Future's gonna drop an album at some point this year.
I cannot wait.
Hold on. This isn't about Future, but you know, I just thought about something. I seen this tweet, and it's talking about Kendrick saying that he was going to form part of the album in June.
Part of the album?
In June. I'm like, bro, I thought you was dropping before that. You feel me? We was talking off camera. I thought he was going to drop.
Of that album?
You feel me? I thought he was going to drop a single at least one of the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. But he only, what he played? 2 songs? He played Alright and, I'm glad he didn't play Humble. Thank God.
Yeah, I thought
we are free from the shackles of Humble. I love the song, but it got overplayed.
In Columbus, I don't know about everywhere else, but I know in Columbus, people do not bump Kendrick regularly. Mm-hmm. But when Humble came out, they definitely had, like, I know some people that have no Kendrick Lamar or a couple, they have money trees and all right at most, or if they're a real fan, they might have. I mean, if they're a mid fan, they might have I in their playlist or something. But,
you're right.
Like,
they got bitch don't come up. They got poetic justice.
Yeah, like, and then they just got
on the radio
on there. Like, that's the only thing off of them. And oh my god, that album. And me and you went to the concert live, so like we got the whole experience. It's just fire.
And especially after going back now. Like, especially, like, towards the end of last year, I actually got to go back. I really went back and listened to it. And it's, like, it's crazy how, like, the album aged so well. A lot of stuff is still relevant to what's going on right now in the world. Yeah. And it's just, like, just listening to it, the transitions, the way he's talking. And it's just like, damn, Kendrick, I love you, bro, but I can't keep listening to 5-year-old albums. Like, I'm listening to all your shit. Like, bro, I'm listening to your mixtapes, dog.
Bro, I'm starting to
like, I'm dedicated. I just need some new music, bro.
Like, order of the song. Like, he got some 8-minute songs. I'm starting to know the parts and everything.
Yeah.
I can act this shit out if I wanted to, bro. It's crazy.
Facts, bro. Yeah, because it's like the most recent thing. Like, I listened to his features, though. Like, he's had some dope features sprinkled in and out. Like, between the Black Panther soundtrack and also on the Creed 2 soundtrack. And even on, Family Ties. Banger. Family Ties was a banger. Yeah, and honestly, like, I hope we get some new Kendrick music before summer. At least give me a single or two, dog.
That's what I know he's dropping this year, but it's still like, Kendrick, bro, why you need to take forever?
Right, bro, because you know what's crazy? This is the final album on TDE. So then when it's time for him, with his own record label, I'm gonna have a kid by then, bro. That's gonna be some years. That's another 5 years, bro.
That's crazy.
2 albums in 10 years. That's not terrible. You know, this is hypothetical, of course. 2 albums in 10 years isn't bad, but honestly, I feel like it works for certain artists. Kendrick's one of the artists it works for, because you know Kendrick's not gonna BS. He's gonna come at you with some genuine and good product.
See, this is my thing. You can't be that good. Like, you can't be considered one of the greatest rappers, not just of our generation, but of all. Like, I know there's a lot of people that consider Kendrick like a top 10.
Yeah, Eminem even said he was a top lyricist
like,
all time.
So, I feel like if you're doing that in this day and age, like, I feel like Cole was like that for a while, but he's decently consistent, and he'll pop up with a feature out of nowhere pretty often. So
that's true.
I mean, Cole,
because Cole's been coming.
Yeah, he comes around. Yeah, and then he dropped the off season last year. And I just want to say, I don't know what it was. I feel like it didn't get the love that it got. That was a contender for album of the year for me. I didn't really see. I know for a fact I didn't see 7 albums that was better than that album last year.
For sure.
Off top that I could think of.
I definitely had
top album last year.
I had that and Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler Creator.
Call Me If You Get Lost.
Because like Tyler, like it took me like I fuck with Tyler. I'm a Tyler fan. It was I think at that point in time when the album came out, I just wasn't in that type of mode to listen to that type of music at that point. So like I had to wait. I waited like a few months. Then a few months later, like 3 months later, I finally got the chance to listen to it. And I was like, damn, this shit is gas. Cause like I knew What's Your Name, and like I heard like the big songs, but I actually listened to the whole album. Like the song called Run It Up, that's real dope. Like it's just some dope songs.
Maybe listen to the album. That song. I just heard like, I think TikTok. I hate to say it. But on TikTok.
Hey, there's so many songs found on TikTok.
I swear, you'll find them like when it's some. That was just a crazy duo to see together, and I'm surprised that they came out with a hit, but it was fire.
Then he had Ty Dolla $ign on the hook too. Honestly, bro, I was surprised.
That's who that was?
Yeah.
I was like, that does not sound like Tyler the Creator, but he needs more respect. Ty Dolla $ign always on the hook killing.
Yeah, I
he's
feel
like, I ain't gonna say he's the Nate Dogg of this generation, but he fills in like just giving people fire hooks like that.
Yeah, I feel like if you want fire hooks, honestly, like 3 people that come to my mind at least are Jeremiah,
Talk to him,
Ty Dolla $ign, and Chris Brown. Like those are 3 people that are like for more than less, if you want a fire hook, you can go to those three and they won't fail you. Because if you notice, like Jeremiah with that song Planes with J. Cole from years ago, that song went viral on everywhere. That song was hot. Was that on TikTok?
Yeah.
At that time, was that Vine?
That was a long time ago.
Right, but see,
I think that was before
like,
TikTok.
but that isn't the first hit that Jeremiah's been a part of. Same with Ty Dolla $ign. Ty Dolla $ign, he's so good that he can be a part of his own hits, his own solo music,
Yeah.
and then also he's a part of all these other artists. And that's the thing, because also he's from Cali too, and a lot of times, for the most part, the Cali artists fuck with each other. And so it's like they be helping each other out. Cause like with Mustard, Kendrick, Roddy Ricch, all of them, YG, like that, Nip, R.I.P. Nip. But yeah, they be putting each other on, helping each other out.
Yeah, definitely. That's what you like to see, though. That's what helps everybody grow. I don't know why. There's a lot of smaller states that don't get that.
Facts.
A lot of that. I ain't gonna say a lot of it is in the Midwest, but there's a good amount of that in the Midwest. Outside of like Chicago. Cause I know like it's crazy to see like, I get happy when I see like Chicago artists like Polo G and G Herbo and Lil Durk and people
Actually
like
be
that, cool and stuff like that. Consider all the gangs and stuff like that that's in Chicago, and the fact that like
yeah, they even gotta be from the same
two
gang.
rappers that are both famous and they beef with each other because they grew up on the wrong side of town from each other. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of times it's unnecessary, and plus it's like a lot of rappers, artists will say it's too much money out here. It's way too much money out here to be beefing over that. And it's like a lot of times
the streets.
Right, and it's like I get it. I ain't never been in the streets, so I don't know the circumstances. But like some of them will die for it, and I understand that. But sometimes you don't want to mess with your bag, and also remember you got family to go home to. I get it. Them your boys, they looking out for you. But at the end of the day, you still got a family. Like these men got kids. They got a girl and kids. You gotta make sure you get home to the family.
Got a mom too.
Exactly. I forgot. You got a family, son. Hey man, you know what's crazy though? Can we talk about LeBron officially being the #1 scorer of all time? He's goated, King James.
Goat, man. I mean, like, it was coming sooner or later. It was more like you're waiting on it to happen thing, like Curry breaking the 3-point record.
Right. It's crazy because people were projecting it to happen next year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then
LeBron, I don't know if it's because LeBron just is held to such a high standard, but like, to me, like, I don't know if people are gonna call me biased or whatever because but you know, I used to not even like LeBron.
Me either.
Exactly. So, I honestly don't understand why LeBron is not in the MVP race.
Well,
is that a hot take or is that like
no? I don't think it's.
I think that happened last year too.
Well, because I mean, he definitely should have more than 4 MVPs.
Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. Like I don't get it.
It's voters fatigue, though. You know, it happens. Like it happens when you win consistently. Like same thing with Jordan. I'm sure they got voter fatigue giving him awards because you know he was taking over. You know, when he took a break, when he retired that first time, it was like a revolving door. Niggas was geeked. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, Jordan gone." Next thing you notice, other teams started winning. I think Detroit, I think New York made it to the finals at least. The Knicks made it to the finals at one point with Patrick
Ewing.
Ewing.
You ain't got one. He got a ring. I know he did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just like I just feel like you're right, they do hold him to such a high standard. Like they will kill him over them 6 final losses. That first final loss with Miami against Dallas. And it's just like that was his first. Definitely was not his first finals, but that was his first finals with a new team, with the Heat. And at that point in time, D Wade and LeBron were still figuring out their roles.
And then look what happened when they figured it out.
Exactly, because after that, D Wade's like, okay, I'm gonna do the back burner, I'm gonna do the dirty work. I just need you to be you, do your thing, lead us. And then with that, look, 2 rings. 2 rings is better than a lot of people get in their career. 1 is better than some people. The fact that LeBron has made it to 10+ finals alone. Some people don't make it to any. Especially to make it to 1.
That's a fact. And imagine if the Spurs dynasty never reached that peak, and Kawhi never had his birth as a star. The Heat could have kept going easily.
Then they really would have got that 4 and them 5 chip.
I'm really honestly, I was so surprised when LeBron came back to Cleveland. I mean, I thought he was gonna re-sign with the Heat. Cause I mean, it was a big move going to Cleveland. He got so much hate for that. People burning the jerseys. It was crazy.
But Kyrie was there, and at that point, D Wade was having a lot of injuries, and so I
And
did
it was
it.
so it was.
And
I
then
was
I
so
think
happy
Chris
I
Bosh
Kyrie
was
so
on his way
much.
to retiring, I think.
Yeah, Chris Bosh. I mean, he showed up though. He's part of the big three in his late years.
Yeah, Chris Bosh was good. Definitely underrated.
And then he
part.
only had to stop because Chris Bosh would have kept playing if he didn't have blood clots that day too. So I hate to see his career end like that, but he's definitely a legend.
For sure. Definitely. I think he's in Hall of Fame now.
That's what's up.
How you feel about this Ben Simmons, James Harden trade?
Boy, that is spicy. I could not believe 937. I could not believe what I saw. I honestly, when they were talking about the trade happening, it was like mind blowing because I was thrown off. Because I was convinced that the trade was gonna happen. I had it. And then we were talking about it last week on the podcast. We were talking about how Woj said it was likely going to happen, and then KD gets on the interview and says no. Why
Yeah, Steve Nash was saying no.
Yeah, so, and then boom, he's traded, and then it's like KD doesn't choose him as the last pick in the All-Star thing. It's just like,
you see that KD?
Were you guys acting or something? Like I don't.
Nah. Well, I read an article. Basically, what was going on was that James Harden wanted to play iso ball. James Harden, you know how he plays. He wants the ball in his hands 24 seconds. And I get it. He wants to have the ability either to run the clock out and shoot it or to pass it. I get it. But KD wanted to run plays because that was a team. And that was the issue. I remember watching the games where James Harden was there. It would be like he could facilitate, but there would be certain games where I'm like, bro, why are you dribbling out the clock? You got Patty Mills wide open. You got KD on that side. You got this person over here. You can have teammates, bro. And like I literally watched them play iso ball instead of passing the ball for a last shot. I'm just be like, it's not bad because we know the type of talent that they are. They can make these shots, but like you can make this easier. You know, you don't have to do it on your own. Like yesterday, LeBron really could have went up and for that contested ass shot, but he had 2 men on him
At the end.
Yeah, two guys on him. He could have went for a contested, drive or even a hook shot. But now he passes a wide open Austin Reeves bucket. And so it's just like sometimes it's about making the right play. And both of those players, KD and Harden, are capable of making the right play. But also I think it just came down to it was just hard to work with James Harden's ego.
I think that James Harden's gonna.
Because we know KD just want to hoop, so we know it's not KD. Because he was sticking with Kyrie. Kyrie had a lot of shit going on.
Kyrie does, but I think that's just people are
That's
going
who he
to
is.
say what they're going to say about Kyrie, even if he doesn't do that's what they're going to say that. They've been doing that since he said the Earth was flat. So
Yeah, people still bring it up.
Exactly. So they're never going to let that die down. But I think James Harden is going to be happy in Philly because he can do whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
You're the star. Besides Embiid, at that point of the ball, he's at the 1, Embiid's at the 5. He's controlling that part of the court.
That's true. I mean, we'll see what happens, honestly, once they figure out the pick and roll situation, because James would like to shoot, or if they go drive, their whole scheme and everything. I'm excited to see what Ben Simmons does too. Honestly, I like Ben Simmons as a player, and it's like I get it.
Brooklyn benefited more out of the
Dude, they fleeced. First off, yeah, they definitely fleeced Philly because they got Seth Curry and Andre Drummond, because that was what they needed, because they just needed another scorer, because Patty Mills, he wasn't getting it done. Like he was, but not consistent enough. Like Cam Thomas, rookie, he was the one who hit first off they came out on a 28-point comeback against the Knicks last night. And Cam Thomas, rookie, he scored 16 of his 21 points in the fourth quarter. And he hit the dagger.
Tough.
All he did was walk up the court, shook it, 3, nothing but net. Hit it, nothing but net.
Nasty.
And it's like, so now that's what they needed, because they were on an 11-game the fact that they were on an 11-game losing streak and still top 4 in the East says something.
That definitely says something. The East is tough this season.
Right.
It's like you either a very strong team or you're trash.
Yeah, like the Celtics are finding their way. They're above 500.
They lost. They won a 9-game. They won 11 out of their 13 last game.
And that's perfect. That's what they needed because they are too good of a team. Right.
Exactly. They like
too much.
Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They don't. The players like that don't just come and go. Those special talent, especially Jason Tatum. I like Jason Tatum. He's one of those people that's like Brandon Ingram. They're like special because they can play different positions and stuff. There's like
they can play multiple positions. They can defend multiple positions. Yeah,
he was like first before LeBron came to the Lakers. That's when I really like Kyle Kuzma because I don't.
He's solid. He's solid in Washington.
Is working out.
Walking doubled up. But for the most part, he seemed like he getting double doubles.
And not getting any love. He's been having a solid season as Montrezl Harrell.
Alright, been keeping him.
Lately, he's been going pretty.
Well, I'm gonna say, of course, I feel like he's been solid with the new opportunity on the
I don't think the Lakers should have got rid of him.
They weren't utilizing him well, though. That was the issue. Like that was the issue. They just got a bunch of talent, but they weren't utilizing him well. Like same thing with Kuzma. They just weren't. It was just so much going on, especially all the pressure, from Laker Nation. Yeah, man, DeMar DeRozan's been going crazy. The fact that this man, he just broke a record, Jordan's record, with, I think it's the 35 plus points straight. Like how many games?
How often do you hear somebody breaking Jordan's record?
Exactly. And that's the thing. Look, he's been playing consistently the whole entire year. He's continuing to get better. He's been like in the top scoring leaders. I believe, because for a moment he was top 2. It was him, KD, Curry. Or like he was in that. Like I don't know what his order was. He was 2 or 3.
KD and Curry.
Yeah. Because he was having like 26.9
too. I feel like he is going through a little slump right now, but it'll pick up soon.
Yeah.
I feel like the Warriors start to get in the groove with Clay being back. Also, Draymond has been out for a minute with the injury.
Because that's the thing. Once Draymond comes back, and then
because he's the whole Draymond.
He's a central piece of the offense.
Huge piece of that team.
Yeah. Once they get Draymond back, they're definitely going to be able to. I think they'll get out of the slump. Honestly, both players. I feel like they're starting to find their footing because now it's like because a lot of times Draymond was creating those shots for them. So now it's like both of those players are able to move without the ball in their hand.
Yeah.
So that gives them ample opportunity, ample places to run, because that was when they played best. When they was winning championships. That's because you got Steph, you got Clay, all these people coming off the ball. And you still got Jordan Poole. Like, you still got so many options. So, like, honestly, like, the sky's the limit. And the way this NBA season is shaping up, like, there's been a lot of key injuries. But, like, the Bulls are a team that's, like, they're still winning games even without Zach LaVine, even without Alex Caruso, even without Lonzo Ball. So it's like they're still finding ways to win. Next man up. And they just signed Tristan Thompson. Like they've been making good moves. But honestly, also, we got to talk about, shout out to my boy Giannis, 50-piece. First 50-piece since the finals.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He's coming, bro. Like,
he's in the MVP race too. But
that's the thing. He's always in the MVP race. Like MVP race, defensive player of the year. For him, this probably gonna be voter fatigue. Why do you think they ain't talking about him MVP? It's all about Curry this year.
He has been down. I mean, like Giannis last season, when you're putting up numbers like that, looking like Shaq, but even more OP than Shaq when he was in his prime. And it's like, imagine Shaq in his prime, more mobile and athletic.
Sure.
That, at that size, like, that is insane. He is a bucket. And, like, take his size away, pause if necessary.
What?
He has worked on his game phenomenally in the offseason. Like, everything that people said he could not do, he worked on. And I can tell you've been shooting with Chris Middleton because their jumpers are looking damn near the same.
Yeah, that's one player you can definitely say put in the work.
It's
like,
crazy.
Cause you definitely see the work that he's put in to grow as a basketball player.
He wants to be the best, and I definitely see that. And I really like Giannis because he's so humble. It's crazy. Because I remember they asked him, even after he won that ring last season, like, when everybody thought they were gonna lose. Like a lot of people counted them out. I counted them out. I know for a fact. After they went down 0-2, and then Giannis comes in, basically sweeps them. They go in a four game run. Like that's crazy. That doesn't happen too often in the finals. You can't really argue with that. And they asked him after he won the ring, and he was like, "LeBron's still the greatest in the world, but that's what his goal is, to be the greatest." But he still said LeBron was the greatest after he won a ring. Honestly, so you still feel like you got work to do. I mean, of course you do, but like,
yeah, he's 27.
It's hard to say that after you just won a ring.
Plenty basketball left to play. He's gonna turn up, and I feel like now we're seeing him. Well, this is his prime. Not going into a prime. This is his prime. So now we're just gonna sit back and watch.
Definitely.
But thank you everyone for tuning in to episode 3 of the Weezytalksx podcast. Thank you for all the support. Oh, and guess what? Hold on. This is the first episode that's gonna be on YouTube, and also we are now on Apple Podcasts.
Stop playing.
Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, also check us out on Apple Podcasts. We are now on all streaming platforms. Stay tuned, and thank you for tuning in to Weezytalksx podcast. We out.
And we got a big banger dropping next week for sure. Stay tuned.
Yes, sir.